Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday. How are you guys doing? Tonight I'm drinking Paulner Munchin Hefeweizen. I've never had this before. It says it's been around since 1634. Munich wheat beer. I saw it in the liquor store yesterday. Something different. Haven't had a good Hefe in a while. This is pretty good. I drank a couple last night. I ended up having today off because down here in the south, it is a snow day. It snowed like 2 inches and they shut the whole city down. So I decided to do a little drinking last night too. And now it's Friday. Well, hope you guys are all doing well out there in the VC. Everybody's doing good. Hope all you guys out there are being safe. If any of you out in California, I hope everything is going okay with you. And if any of you are stuck in the snow apocalypse in the south, be safe out there because nobody knows how to drive in the snow out here. That's for sure. I grew up in Utah. This couple inches doesn't really mean anything to me, but I'm still afraid to go out. And the more time I spend in the south, the less those skills are staying around. All right, well, let's get on to vinyl records. All right, so what I did this year, what I've decided to do, just for some other content or whatever, is I've told the story multiple times about the find in the dumpster and how I have records from my friend Rick, who's been dead for, I don't know, probably 11 years now or so. And I have all these records that I found, and I went through and I have a whole bunch that I've never ever played. So I went through them all the other day, and my New Year's resolution is to listen to all of these records at least once before the end of the year. Because I have this whole list here and this list here of bands and records I have not listened to. I have a total of 77 titles. So what I'm doing now is I've listened to some first time spins, I guess I can call them, and I'm going to talk about the ones I listened to this week. This will not be my pure content, but this is going to be in addition to or whatever, or sometimes also. So anyway, first time spins, bands, of course, all these bands are bands I've known or whatever, mostly, and it's just stuff I've never played because not my style or whatever. Some of these are the ones I found in the dumpster I've had for 3.5 years I've never played. One, like I'm going to show tonight, was my friend Rick's. He's been dead 11 years. I've had it for 11 years. I've never put it on the turntable. So that's kind of what I'm going for here. So for me, first time listening to these records, even though they're from the 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s or whatever. So it's a new experience for me, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. So the first one I want to start with, Crocus Hardware. Released February 18th, 1981. This is a Japanese press. This is Crocus's 5th studio album overall. Went to number 103 on the Billboard 200 and number 44 in the United Kingdom. And it is self-produced. There's your track listing on the back. Right there. Celebration, Easy Rocker, Smelly, was that Nelly, Mr. 69, She's Got Everything, Burning Bones, Rock City, Winning Man, and Mad Racket. Here's the insert. There's the front side. There's the back side. And the inside, of course, is all the Japanese stuff. This is a Japanese press, so pretty cool on the inside. Let's take a look at there's the label right there. Crocus Hardware, Areola Records. I don't know if I pronounced that right. But overall, I like this record. I've never been a huge fan of Crocus. I do like, the album The Blitz and Headhunter. And one of my favorite songs in the 80s was Screaming in the Night. I loved that song. I've talked about that before and that record before, but I've never played this one. It sounds like a Crocus record. If you know those Crocus, Ballroom Blitz, those songs, you know what Crocus sounds like. And this is just like that, just good late 70s, early 80s rock. Like I said, this album came out in 81, and this is their 5th studio album. And it's pretty good. I would definitely spin this again, and I like this one a lot. So Crocus Hardware, Like I said, I haven't spun this. There's a couple more Crocus on there that'll be hit sooner or later that I have not spun. So, sorry, you got to get that moved around here. So yeah, I would give it, I don't know, 3.5 stars out of 5, I guess you'd say. That's my best I could do with that. Like I said, they're good. It's a good, they got, Mark's a good singer, and they got good guitar players, and it's a good, late 70s, early 80s hard rock sound. So I really like that a lot. All right, next up, Journey Departure. This is their 6th studio album, came out February 29th, 1980. This one is a Pitman press, and this is the last full-time album with Gregg Rolie playing on keyboards. Went to number 8 in the U.S. and is 3 times platinum. It's produced by Jeff Workman, who worked with the Cars and Queen and Foreigner, Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Toto, bands like that. There's the back cover of this. Like I said, this is from 1980. The only song I knew on this was Any Way You Want It. There's your track listing right there. There's the inner sleeve. Nice cool picture of the band. It's got the cool Journey logo. It's got some notes and stuff on here of like who played, art direction and everything else. And it's on Columbia Records. And there's our label right there. This one played excellent. This is one of the ones that was found in the dumpster, along with that Crocus album, by the way. Very, it was in really good shape. No pops, no skips on either one of those. So this Journey album, never been a huge fan. I mean, they've got great songs, and we've heard it all on the radio 1,000 times. So I've never really been into Journey. I do like some of, I like, the song on here, Any Way You Want It. That's a great song. There's other good, the song Departure's good. There's good songs on here. Let's see here. I didn't take any notes on what I liked on the song-wise, but overall, I thought this was a good record, a good rock record. We all know what Journey sounds like. This sounds just like that. This was one of their more breakthrough type albums. Did very well, like I said, and it is overall it's 3 times platinum and did go to number 8 in the U.S. So it did really, really well. I want to say Any Way You Want It went up there in the top 10 singles for the year. This is a really good record. Steve Perry's voice, of course. And Gregg Rolie's keyboard playing and stuff like that. This is a really good record. It really is. I'm just not that huge of a fan of Journey. I do like them, but they're not like a go-to. It's a little soft for my taste, I guess you'd say. But overall, I thought it was a good record, and I'd probably have to give that one probably 4 stars, 4 out of 5. All right, next. This record I've had, it was one of my friend Rick's. When he died, I cleaned out his apartment. I got all his records. Jefferson Airplane, After Bathing at Baxter's. I've had this record for probably, like I said, I think Rick died like 11 years ago. I've had this record since then. Never been on the turntable. This is a gatefold. It opens up. There's some cool pictures of the band. There's the back of it, After Bathing at Baxter's. This is their 3rd studio album, 1967. According to Discogs, I have a first press of this. I'll show you that in just a second. Said their 3rd studio album went to number 17 in the U.S. It's had one of these cool old school type inner sleeves with it. And according to Discogs, when I looked this up, it's got this RCA Victor black label with the white dog on it. According to Discogs, the ones with the black label are first pressing. So it's a 1967 first pressing. This album had some pops throughout, but did not have any skips. It played very well. Just some background noise, but it wasn't overwhelming. For as old as it is, and the fact that my friend Rick didn't really take care of his records that well, when I found his records, they were just in a tote, just kind of laying around. So the ones I kept, I play every once in a while, some of them, and they're not in the greatest of shape overall. Overall, this record's very experimental. It's very prog rocky sounding. I did like it though. It's a cool like background noise, I guess you'd say, on it. I didn't know any of the songs. There's no hits on here. Let's see. And it's kind of a... It's almost like it's, because it's experimental and it is very proggy, it's almost like a concept album. You know, the songs are broken up, like it tells a story almost. It's got like a title and there's 2 songs, and it says this and there's 2 songs. And the term After Bathing at Baxter's means Baxter's was code word for the band for LSD. So After Bathing at Baxter's is after taking LSD. This was produced by Al Schmidt, who also worked with Neil Young, Hot Tuna, Jackson Browne, Stevie Dan, Toto. And overall, this is a really cool record. It's got that cool, like I said, late 60s experimental sound. And I did kind of dig it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's very psychedelic, very experimental. But like I said, no hits, nothing that really stuck with me. Cool music to listen to when you're doing other stuff, or if you just wanted to sit around and smoke a joint and like really get into it. Not that I can do that anymore, but you know, maybe a couple of beers or whatever. But yeah, sitting around, this would be the mood, you know. Spark it up and put this on and just sit back and chill. I'd give it 3.5 stars. Maybe 4. All right, finally got one more. I know you guys are going to be shocked that I've never played this. Eagles' self-titled debut album, 1972. This is a 1976 repress, specialty pressing. It's produced by Glenn Johns, who worked with, let's see here, The Who, The Stones, Zeppelin, Humble Pie, Beatles. He worked on the Get Back sections. There's the back. This is on Asylum Records. There's your back label. I was surprised when I think of the Eagles and I remember the Eagles, I always thought there were 5 people in the Eagles, but apparently in the beginning there was only 4. There's your inner sleeve. It's got, yeah, a pretty cool looking picture on there. And here's the label. I love the Asylum Records label. I just think it's cool with that box thing there that I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. But calling it Asylum Records and having that like a door to an asylum is kind of what it looks like to me. I always thought it was really cool. So, what can you say about this record here? It went to number 22. It is listed as platinum. I'm sure it's multi-platinum. The 3 singles on here, Take It Easy went to number 12, Witchy Woman went to number 9, and Peaceful Easy Feeling went to number 22. When I played this, it sounded amazing. Basically near mint. The record's basically near mint. The cover's in really, really good shape too. This is another one of the dumpster finds. But yeah, it's got Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Chug All Night, Most of Us Are Sad, Nightingale, Train Leaves Here This Morning, Take the Devil, Early Bird, Peaceful Easy Feeling, and Trying. So I didn't really care for Most of Us Are Sad. I don't know. I just didn't like it overall. This is really good. It sounds like the Eagles. We all know those songs. No wonder they blew up as big as they were when you have 3 singles from your debut album going to number 12, number 9, and number 22 respectively. This is a 5-star record. Never been a huge fan of the Eagles. A little soft, a little country mix, a little, but very talented, very cool. Glenn Frey, Don Henley, all that. Very, very cool stuff. This is a great record. I would definitely play this again. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan. I'm not really into the Eagles, but, their voices and the harmonies and everything else, just really cool stuff. This is their earlier stuff, a little bit more, I guess you'd say, kind of a rock country mixed sound to it, a little bit more so than some of their later stuff, but this is a really good record. And the fact that I've never spun it is just I've never been a huge fan. Never really gotten into them heavily or whatever, but this is a great record, 5 stars all the way through and through. So those are the 4 I listened to first time spins this week. No complaints on any of them. The worst one I had was the Bathing at Baxter's by Jefferson Airplane, and that's only because it's got crackles and pops throughout. Overall, that's a great record too. Great experience. It was really cool listening to these records for the first time. So, and I know here I am at my age. I just turned 56 last week, and listening to records from the 80s and early 80s and stuff that I've had for a couple of years now. I mean, this Eagles record, these Dumpster Find records I've had for, it was three and a half years almost, and I haven't played them. And that Airplane record I've had for probably a decade and never played it. So, that's what I'm going to try to get through this year. Now I'm down to 74 titles, not counting the new stuff I'm buying and everything else in my regular listening. So I got all year. That was my New Year's resolution when it came to music, was to try to get through those records. And when I do, I will share them with you guys. I really appreciate you all watching, listening to this crazy guide, discovering new old music, and I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna jump on a thread that's going around right now. You guys probably all know which one that is. I'll probably do that probably tomorrow, maybe later tonight. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome out there. Everybody take care. Like I said, be careful. If you're down here in the South like me, if you're in Southern California, hell, if you're in the North and it's freezing cold, man, we got to get through the next couple months. Things will be better. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll talk to y'all in a few days. Y'all have a good one and be safe out there.